Hello there. Thanks for joining me and not for another exciting edition of the show, your one-stop shop for sports, business, news, and gist right here on television. My name is Judy Olanero. The program is Sports Exchange, and thanks for joining me always. On today's show, we'll take you through some of the news making round as far as sports business is concerned. And on the dugout segment, we will be introducing you to a club that is really cementing friendship and building relationship from Europe to Africa. We'll let you into their world. Of course, that will be on the dugout segment. And of course, also on the show today, you will learn about the African Football Digital Benchmark. They just released the results, the latest ranking as far as the sports club on the continent of Africa, the football clubs are doing social media wise. You will see the ranking. There are 2 Nigerian clubs on that list. We'll let you know in the course of the show. These are other things that we will be getting to have a feel of on the show today. I go on a short break, and when I come back, it will be time to take you through the news.
Fantastically finished.
Welcome back. Straight to the news. Nigeria will no longer host the African Athletics Championship from June the 23rd to the 27th after agreeing to host the 22nd edition after the original host, Algeria, pulled out over COVID-19 concerns. Nigeria's Minister of Youth and Sports, Mr. Sunday Dare, had announced that Lagos would host the event, but Nigeria's COVID-19 task force team did not sanction the championship due to the global pandemic. Algeria had said it is still willing to host the event later this year if the wave of coronavirus abates. And to table tennis, former Nigeria Table Tennis Federation President INT'L OSHODI has been elected as the Deputy President of African Table Tennis Federation. The Nigerian won the poll unanimously at the virtual General Assembly of the Continental Body. OSHODI had the vote of the 22 delegates present at the assembly. Egypt's Khalid El Sahi was also re-elected for a 3rd term in office as the president of the ITTF. The National Basketball Association has formed its African business operation, luring investors and former players like Dikembe Mutombo, Grant Hill, Junior Bridgman, Joachim Noah, and Leon Deng into the massive project. Specific terms of the investment in NBA Africa were not made available, but NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says in a press conference that the enterprise value for NBA Africa is nearly $1 billion. NBA Africa will oversee the league's business throughout the continent, including operating Basketball Africa League, which launched on May 16, 2021. Swansea City record signing Andre Ayew will leave the club on a free transfer when his contract expires this month. The Black Stars of Ghana captain has scored 35 goals in 106 appearances since rejoining Swansea from West Ham for an initial £18 million in January 2018. Ayew is a top salary earner by a distance, which means his exit was inevitable after the club missed out on promotion to the Premier League. Ayew originally joined Swansea on a free transfer from Marseille in 2015, and after one impressive top-flight season in which he scored 12 goals in 35 appearances, joined West Ham for £20.5 million. Yes, Africa football fans will be an integral part of Euro 2020 as punter, pundit, tourist, or spectator. The Football Fest will take it up from where the top leagues in Europe left it off as fans look forward to their favorite stars in the colors of their countries. assigned the different media organizations on the continent, announcing the right to broadcast the tournament to their teeming audience. Some players of African descent will be representing countries of their allegiance. UEFA Champions League winner with Chelsea FC N'Golo Kante, whose ancestral home is in Mali, will be representing world champions France at the showpiece. Inter Milan top striker Romelu Lukaku, whose parents are from Congo, will be donning the shirt of Belgium. Barcelona youngster Ansu Fati, who has a root in Guinea-Bissau, has been listed in the Spanish team for the tournament. David Alaba, whose father is a Nigerian, will be seeking glory for Austria. Germany's rock-solid defense marshal at Chelsea FC, Antonio Rudiger, is from Sierra Leone, while the Netherlands have in their fold Memphis Depay of Ghanaian heritage. Here is what the social media following of the 24 clubs that are participating in the tournament look like.
Fantastically finished.
Welcome back. The show is still Sports Exchange on your television. And right now, don't forget, you can reach us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Sport Exchange 24. Twitter is also there, Sport Exchange 24. And for YouTube, you can like or subscribe to our YouTube channels. That is TV360 Nigeria on your screen. And you will be notified of any interesting content that drops. So that's it. That's the way it is. And next is the dugout segment. You know what football does? It expands the frontiers of relationship, frontiers of knowledge. And that is what we will be looking at next as we look at one of the Bundesliga big teams, Mainz 05. Will be peeping. Or should we be peeping? Well, let's go find out what the soccer school of Mainz 05 is all about. And joining me to look at this is the international head coach of Mainz 05 Soccer School, Markus BECKER, joins me all the way from Germany today on the show. Markus, it's a pleasure to have you on Sport Exchange. How are you?
I'm fine. Hello, Jait. I'm very excited and happy to be in your show, and I send my regards to whole Nigeria and to all the young guys. They play soccer and love football.
Wow, it's great to have you on the show. It's really interesting. We had a conversation, and I think we should bring it on here. This is where we should look at things. And you are the international head coach of Mainz 05 Soccer School. And the very question I like asking people, especially those with technical background like you, is that do you have a football philosophy in Mainz 05?
Oh, yes. We had a philosophy for football, and we think that our philosophy give young players a big chance to become a professional player, and we think that our philosophy is a perfect way to become a professional from a young player to a senior player. So yeah, we're happy with this, and yeah.
All right. Okay. You have the philosophy then. How do you inculcate some of these things into young players? Because when you talk about the developmental stages or developmental process of a player, there is a need for the player to understand the philosophy of his or her background. So how do you inculcate this into young players in Mainz?
Yeah, so our philosophy is for this purpose, we give to the junior players are 3 areas. It's a basic area, it's an advanced area, and it's a performance area. Yeah, in the basic and build-up area is the important thing. Winning is not everything, and certainly not for any price. So develop is the most important thing here. So for all the young players is so important that they learn all the basics for the game. So for example, to control the ball, to stop the ball, to pass the ball, to shoot the ball. And yeah, we controlled this by a uniform training and a game philosophy. We give training turned that it's tail round to the age and on the players, and build on each other. So for propose, and it's important for us to have high quality coaches. So we have special individual training for the young guys. We have performance diagnostics for the young players. We have a medical care, and we are close cooperative with the Football Association, with the DFB. So the developed philosophy is divided in 3 pales. So is the first one is conventioning social and ethine values, is discipline. So discipline is one of the important thing for if you play in a team, and is if come in time to practice, come in time to the games, not too late, not too early. So we perform the willingness to performance. Sports lifestyle is also important, and open and confidential communication is also important. The second pillar is support for training and school. So for us is very important. So a small part of the young players became a contract for a professional. So and the rest, yeah, has a great performance, but they have to work for the rest of the life. So not all the young guys can become a professional. So that's why for us the school is so important, and we work together with 2 elite schools in Germany, so that our young players have the best chance to become a great develop also at the school. And the third one is we had a training plan. And in this training plan, you have goals, and after 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, all the players has to become or has to stay on these goals. Yeah, and inside these goals is technique, tactics, athletics, speed of action. The mentality is very important, and yeah. In the athletic training, the focus is on the long-term individual development for junior players. So practically taking into account their biological stage of the develop, and the short terms of success. So that is our philosophy for our young player. And in the end, is the transfer of the players into the first or the second team. So that's our way in a short version.
All right. Okay. Let me ask you this: that you with all that you have said, I know you've had experience of working with players from different backgrounds, especially because we are having this conversation from a media organization based in Africa. How would you explain or rate some of the reaction of players from Africa to some of the things, adapting to your philosophy, the kind of philosophy?
Yeah, especially in Mainz, where absolute happy with players from Africa. If you see our first team, our professional team, we had a lot of players from Africa. So we like all these kids, and so the players in Africa are very fast, very strong, and the willingness is absolute perfect. And when we had a chance to bring a kid from Nigeria or another African country to Germany, yeah, we look for that they have good time in school, and after school good time on the pitch, and then we see what's going on with this kids.
Okay, all right, Marcus. Let me ask you. You in 2019 you were in Nigeria, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Tell me about your experience.
My experience was so fantastic. It was absolute fantastic. So for me, Nigeria is one of the beautiful countries in Africa. I visit a lot of countries in Africa, but this time in 2019 was absolute amazing for me. And on this point, I have to say thank you to my friend Emeka Enyedika and his Van Dijk Football Club. He organized our trip absolute perfect, and also the young players that he sent us to work with, they are absolute great. So we had 175 kids, and for me, at the first day, I say 5 kids from here can play in the same moment in Mainz. So it was fantastic. And yeah, the Nigerian players are very popular in Germany. And yeah, the country, the people that I have to met have been great. So yeah, it was a fantastic time in my life. And I hope I can come back and work again with Emeka, with Van Dijk Football Club, or with other guys. Yeah, I loved your country. I love your country.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right. And let's look at the area of, transfer of knowledge now. How can Nigerian coaches benefit from Mainz 05 in the area of transfer of knowledge? I know you've been here in 2019. Aside from working with the players, the young players, what about the coaches too?
Yeah, the whole thing is not quite simple, but it's very possible. So the easiest way is that guys from Nigeria make a friendship with our partner Schechter Sports. So Schechter Sports is a company who works for us in the whole world, and they have a great experience in Africa. And yeah, the way is you should never try to copy a philosophy from another club for training or for the matches. Yeah, you should exchange and develop your own philosophy, and we can help you to find your own philosophy, because very important is to create your philosophy, the players, the culture of the players, the willingness of the players, and yeah, the own idea how would like to play Nigerian football. It makes no sense to say we move to Mainz or to another club in Germany and say now we make a copy of the philosophy or the style from this club. So important is every time your own style, and the best way is, yeah, we come to you, or you send the coaches to Germany, and then we can give you develop in everything what you need. So Emeka has a great partnership with Mainz and with Schechter Sports, and so by this way we can help you to create your own way or your own philosophy to football. And so yeah, for us is a great pleasure to come to Nigeria and develop your coaches, so we can have coaching clinics or yeah, special trainings only for coaches, and yeah, this is the way where we can help you.
All right. Finally, before I let you go, let me ask you this. What is the role of a coach in the life of a young player, a player from growing from, you know, from a kid to becoming a professional. What do you think a coach should play, the role a coach should play?
The role from a coach is, it's so important. And the coach is not only a coach, he's a friend. He needs to listen to the player. He needs to help the player in all parts of the life. And the coach has to be a friend. The coach has to be develop the kid in outside from the pitch. And this is what the role from the coach is for a kid. He's a person. Sometimes, for example, when a kid in Germany has trouble in school, at first he asks the coach what he needs to do. So that's why the role of the coach is so important. Sometimes the player come at first to the coach and then to the parents. So that's why you are more than a coach and more than a friend for a player.
Oh,
you know, a coach is more a mentor for a kid.
Wow, Markus.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you very much for joining me on today's edition of the show. I really enjoyed the conversation. I hope we're going to have this some other time, and I wish to see you again in Nigeria very soon.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me, and all my regards to Nigeria, to you. Stay healthy, and hope COVID leave us, and then we can come back to Nigeria. I'm looking forward to come to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Markus.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe. That's it. That is the international head coach of the head coach soccer school of Mainz 05, Markus BECKER, talking to us about Mainz 05 soccer school. We looked at it and how it affects the development of young player. Okay, that's it. All right. Like I said, while I was introducing the show, I told you about the African Football Digital Benchmark. The ranking was just released for all some clubs on the continent of Africa. 70 of them, how they are faring as far as their fan engagement is on social media. And next is the ranking for you. So congratulations for Nigeria, for the two clubs in Nigeria. That is Van Dresa FC as well as Eimba FC. Congratulations to them as they made the top 70 teams that are doing quite well, as engaging their fans on social media. Fans' engagement is critical, especially when you talk about football business. And one of the ways to engage your fans is through social media. And these 70 clubs are doing it to the best of their knowledge. Take it away.